Let me take Grace real fast from Rhode Island. There's a line open, 888-77-53773. That man's still crying over his dog. Grace, out of Rhode Island. You're on the air. Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on, Grace. Grace, there you go.
Hi.
Hey, Grace.
Happy New Year. How you doing?
All is well. Happy New Year, Grace. Have you ever eaten pig feet?
Have I ever what?
Have you ever had pig feet, hog feet before?
Pete feet?
Pig, P-I-G.
Oh. Pig what? I'm sorry, what?
Feet.
That's a no.
Pig Pete. No.
I don't think white people eat that kind of food. It's just for the blacks.
But I never had oxtail either.
Really? Yeah, it's black.
I'm very white. But
she white.
I had a question. I called in a few months ago, and I was calling about. I was asking you if you thought I had forgiven my mother, because I told you a story. It's a long story, but basically, she got very upset when me and my dad became friends when I was about 15, and she ended up accusing me of doing incest with him and stuff like that.
Oh, hold on,
and
Grace. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, Grace, go ahead.
So that's what I told you, and you said it sounded like I had forgiven my mother, but then I asked you if it was okay for me to live with my dad, and you were like, it's okay for you to live with your dad, but you just got to be real with him and talk about real issues and otherwise work on yourself.
Yes.
So that didn't end up working out, and he kind of took off. He kind of left because I was like too crazy to be around.
Right.
And I understand that. But I had a question for you. I was thinking about it, and I think the reason that I was so crazy about my dad is because I'm the oldest of 6 kids, right?
Okay.
And so when my mother turned against my father, she kind of got the other 5 kids on her side.
Right.
And me, as the oldest sister, I've always felt like sort of their secondary mom.
Yeah.
In a way, and in a lot of ways, like, you know, my mom asked me to cook and clean and take care of them when I was a kid, like, you know, really put me in the sort of like substitute mom's shoes. So I kind of developed that bond with them.
That's evil for her to do that.
Yes, it is evil. And I think it sort of tortured me, the fact that, you know, I've tried my best to sort of like forgive her and help my dad, but they are like, you know, that sort of like older sibling feeling of like that they're confused, and she's like, she won't even let me see them anymore because her and my dad are split up and she got a restraining order against him. She won't let me see them. She'll barely let me communicate with them. The youngest one is 11. But I think I was just really caught in the middle because I kind of felt that like motherly love towards my siblings. And I felt like I had to help them kind of come around and see that my mom, that they had to forgive her and like get away from her because she was like, you know, abusing them. And it was wrong for her to turn them against my dad. But I think I was also angry at the fact that I was being like, that I felt like I had to be their mother, their real mother, and like help them out of the situation. Anyways, I don't know. It's just like a mess. But I was just wondering if you had any advice for like the oldest sibling who can see that their siblings are in trouble or having a hard time, but also doesn't want to like act like their mom. Sorry, that's a lot.
You got to work on you and let them suffer. There's nothing you can do about your father, your mother, your brother, your sister. You got to pull away now and just do the silent prayer. When the anger come up, let it pass and watch those thoughts and work on you. And if it meant for you to help them in any way and in the right way, God would allow you to see that. But you can't help other people. You can't even help yourself. That's how you have to work on yourself. So real help can come for you. But you need to move on now and leave everybody else alone.
Okay. Can I just ask you like one quick follow-up question?
Yes.
So like if my sister, she's 14, or my brother who's 11, right? If they text me, they live with my mother, if they text me, because they do this, and they'll say, like, it's crazy with mom, she's acting crazy. What do you suggest I do about that? Because I feel bad.
Just say, I told you to stop being angry at her. Don't be angry. Speak up, but don't be angry. And that way you won't be affected by her. There's nothing else you can do. Those are not your children. You're not the savior. And feeling bad is playing God. You should just let them go. But if they ask you a question, of course, tell them not to be angry. Speak up, but don't be angry. She can't help herself. But that's about it, and nothing else you can do.
Okay, so like that impulse to be okay, so that's like playing God. I understand. Like I'm angry at it, like I don't want to be their mother. I've been sort of like
right. That's when you need to move on.
Their mother.
Just say, "I'm not your mother, but I'm telling you to forgive her and move on with your life." You need to work on you so you can overcome evil. Anger is evil.
All right.
Are you doing the silent prayer every morning and night?
I am not, to be honest.
Well, suffer then. What?
I can tell you
how you going to help somebody else? You're not even working on yourself.
I can tell you why.
There's no reason for Nope.
Okay.
You listen to the devil.
But I'm afraid that if I do a silent prayer, if I sit there and I'm silent and I'm afraid that I will like communicate with the devil and not with God. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't think I'm strong enough to be silent. And
but you're not communicating with God. Otherwise, you're not communicating with God at all. You're only communicating with the devil.
I should pray more, but sometimes I pray the Lord's Prayer because I'm a Catholic. I'm not opposed to the silent prayer. I'm genuinely like I'm not faking it. If I'm sitting alone for 15 minutes in silence, I'm afraid that I would get like anxious and neurotic and start like the devil would get into me. Like,
but the devil's already in you, and you're already anxious and neurotic.
That is true. But that's just called being a white girl.
But do what you want, Grace, and I got to run because of time here. But I highly recommend, if you want to do the little fake prayer to God, keep doing it. But be still so you can overcome the thoughts. You're living in your thoughts. You're living with the devil and calling him God.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you for taking my call.
But you got to do the prayer, Grace.
Okay.
But don't do it until you're ready.
I think it's a little easier for you because you're a man to do the prayer.
No, the devil treat everybody. No, the devil treat everybody the same.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I wish you well, Grace.
Thanks. You too. Bye-bye.
Right. Bye now. That's amazing. So I got to do this real fast. Shaw, my producer.